Hi, my name's John Blair and I'd like to present the case for only adding 1% VAT to the cost to build the Metropole from new for insurance purposes, and that would become our IRV figure. The new build cost plus VAT at 1% covers the worst case scenario, i.e. a new build, not a repair. HMRC require no VAT on residential units for a new build. HMRC require 20% VAT on commercial units for a new build. Commercial units cost approximately 5% of the build cost of the Metropole. This is 1/20th of the build cost, so we pay 1/20th of the VAT rate. So a 20th of 20% is 1%. Partial rebuilds is the most common scenario, so let's look at that in detail. VAT is 20% on everything for a partial rebuild, whether it applies to the residential or the commercial units. So let's consider partial rebuilds. We'll look at 25% damage. Virtually all repairs will fall into this category. We'll look at an 80% damage, for example, if there's a huge explosion. And let's look at 85% or worse damage, example if an earthquake happened. And also for the examples, let's assume the building costs 30 mil to do a new build, excluding VAT. We take VAT at 1%, which is 300k. So we insure for 30.3 mil, and that becomes our IRV figure. Okay, at 25% damage, we have a rebuild cost is 25% of the total rebuild cost of 30 mil. So that's 7.5 mil. VAT is due at 20% on everything. So that is 1.5 mil. The total bill is 9 mil. This is less than our insurance limit of 30.3 mil. We're fully covered. Okay, let's consider an 80% damage to the building. Extremely rare situation. But the rebuild cost would be 8% of 30 mil, 24 mil. That's due at 20% on everything. That's 4.8 mil. Total bill, 28.8 mil. This is less than our insurance limit of 30.3 mil. We are fully covered again. Okay, let's consider an 85% damage point. This is the point where we decide to do a new build rather than a repair. So it's cheaper to do a new build than do a repair. Let's look at the figures of an 85% damage point. The rebuild cost is 85% of 30 mil. That's 25.5 mil. VAT is due at 20% on everything if we do decide to repair, and that would be 5.1 mil. The total bill is 30.6 mil, which exceeds our insured value of 30.3 mil, but only if we decide to do a repair, not if we do a new build. So at the 85% damage point, we do a new build on that percentage or any percentage greater than that. The bill is 30.3 mil. We're fully covered for a new build, and we are fully covered in all situations when we apply VAT at 1% to a new build cost, and that should be our IRV figure. Thanks for listening.